Start recording. Okay, so this is my little video from yeah, Almond. That's my little dog watching me. You got Papa here. Yeah, you're doing a good job, Almond. Yeah. You're a good girl. So, sorry guys, my dog is here. I'm in trouble. However, so this is of course my gear. You can see I still have it. I just dropped it off the laptop for different reasons. Most likely, for my wife, because she's using Linux Mint, and so I put it on there too. Because it might be that she said, "Oh, can I have your laptop?" Oh yeah, you can have my laptop. But I still have these machines, and I call them semi-virtual machines. Well, it's a virtual machine where I put the hardware through. That's an NVIDIA graphic card, and I installed OBS from Flat Hub, so that I got the ENC driver, these H.264 ENC, and I hope the quality is all good. So when I heard or Landor, whatever, about XFCE going Wayland and stuff like that, I said, oh no, I loved XFCE so much because that was always my go-to all the time. Yeah, I had it on what's it called, Calculate OS. It is on Salix. It's almost everywhere, and I have it here on my Gia, of course. Well, what else can you have, right? So yeah, it's through Lunda or whatever his name is. So I learned a lot, like gnomed. I got KDE, which is gnomed, right? But I'll tell that story another time. So back to XFCE, because the way I understood is that XFCE is getting lost with Wayland, only Wayland, and that's how I understood it. And when I investigated here, it doesn't look like it. So here they say, oh yes, we go over Wayland Compositor. Seems to have lots of ways not to work, surprise. And when you go for the Wikipedia there's a website from XFCE. I'll make it a bit bigger, I hope you can read it a bit here. So overall plans, blah blah blah, preliminary support to Wayland, so they want to extend this. That's okay. I mean, I don't like it, but they don't have to do everything I like or not like. It's just I don't like when people get pushed out, when they say, oh no, we only do this, and if you're not like us, then we hate you, we firebomb you, and all that rubbish. That's mentally ill. However, so not planned. Yeah, okay, that is not updated yet, so they're going to plan it. But what did they say? XF Desktop, so they're not going to drop XF what's it called, Xorg, and I think they should go Libre Xorg now, because Xorg for absolute insanity reason they dropped 2 years of patches. That means they rather have you an insecure or buggy window manager, or whatever. I don't have words. I mean, there are security risks, these Xorg guys. So the Libre Xorg is, I'm glad we have it. And it would have been the same with XFCE, I think. If they would have gone all Wayland and dropping Xorg, then somebody should just fork it. Like this Lunda guy said, it's the easiest thing to do because it's almost done. It's pretty good. It has always been good. And we shouldn't get hijacked. About hijacking and propaganda, so I thought I'd show you a little bit what I got here. Many years ago, somebody asked and said, oh, Dirk, you said you have that advertisement, like propaganda TV, So you hear the same in the Linux corners, Wayland and this and that and all the politics, which I do not like. And I don't do politics because I'm neither left nor right. I'm just a common sense DZME Linux. I have common sense. This is it. There is no left and right. This is just created to get people against each other. So, and if you want to see how that works, have a look and listen.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories without checking facts first. Unfortunately, some news outlets their own bias and agenda control.
So we had the same, but this is from this music guru guy here, conspiracy music. We had the same with this is dangerous to our democracy. That's what I had. But I couldn't find it, but I found this one. So now you know how it works. So if you hear the same phrases all over again and everybody is saying the same thing, then you know it's a psyops, right? It's a psyops, it's propaganda, it's brainwash attempts and all that stuff. So just don't go for it, is my advice. So I hope that what we saw here, that XFCE is just continuing with what they're doing. Of course they can, of course they can play with Wayland, they can do what they want, but they shouldn't go political, because this is a Linux distribution, this is a desktop and environment, and that has nothing to do with politics. Whoever wants to go in politics, you're welcome. Go open a political party, go make propaganda, try to get elected, if there's such thing, and this is it. But stay out of Linux. Linux has nothing to do with this. Like I heard, for example, a German bloke, and he wanted to install only Office, and the other Germans then wrote, "No, you can't do this. They're Russians." Oh, what the heck? Who cares? In Linux, there is no Russian, no American, no Chinese, no British or English. This doesn't exist. In Linux, we are one community. We are humans. This is it. We're humans. There is no nationality, there is no, oh, you're bad because you're born in this place. Who can choose where you are born? I mean, I didn't get asked. I popped out and ba-bam, this was it. Deal with it. So how can I be judged, or anybody else, for, I'm not either of those. However, how can you be judged for being born somewhere? In this world, I just, I can't understand it. So, my opinion is, I think I have to call it now common sense, the ZME Linux, because this is all what it is. We just use the common sense. And I hope that XFCE stays strong on their own feet, because they want to spend quite some money, I heard from this Lunda guy, for making XFCE work on Wayland, which lots of functions have to be dropped because they're just not working, and they want to program it in Rust. So when I hear Rust and Wayland, this then, how can I say this? When I hear Wayland and Rust, it sounds to me like this here.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories that are true without checking facts first.
So, this is what I hear. So I don't want to hear this anymore. This is so rubbish. Yeah, so Linux got infiltrated in the whole way, everywhere. And these infiltrators, don't you worry, they get paid by our tax money. This is where the money comes from, this is where the money goes. And they're making lots of wind and, getting people on their side. And if you look back in XFCE, how long does XFCE exist? 20 years, 30 years? I don't know, actually it's one of the first, I would think. What have these people who just came in contributed? Nothing? Nothing? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, they just did nothing. So, I don't let them take my desktop away just because they think they can infiltrate an organization which is, I would say, a human organization. Humans working for humans, helping each other. So, seems to be lost, these things. And they just think they can hijack this and use it for their personal, it's not a personal opinion, it's a black ops, right? So they have to make it propaganda, divide and conquer, keep people busy. You're under DDoS attacks because you will be getting angry. If you have common sense, of course you get angry, but you shouldn't. Don't fall for it. It's a DDoS attack. Don't deal with it. Let it go in a buffer. Don't react to it. Don't care. That's what I try to do, because what for? Why would I play ball with these people? I've got no interest in this. And the sad thing is that most people who get abused, they are on the side of the infiltrators, they just don't know. It's like the intelligence test, like in 2020 or 2019, end of 2019, it was an intelligence test. This is just what it is, right? And here's the same thing. And if somebody still has doubts,
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these stories without checking facts first.
So that's what I hear, and I'm just not interested in this stuff. And I recommend strongly, guys, I hope that some people watch this here. Don't fall for it. Don't let it, your nerves wrapped. The next video I do, I think that is going to be on Open Mandriva, because I had it running on my laptop with a certain desktop manager, which I like very much. It came with one which I like too. I mean, I'm an XFCE kid, so when I see XFCE, I feel like home, right? Wayland, I don't like it, just purely because it's such a strong propaganda behind it. It sounds like it's tested and safe. Yeah, no thank you. Absolutely not. And Rust, no way. And you see, they got Linus too. So he's now going off-road. So that shows you how deep it went, right? Some people get threatened, I guess some get paid, and however, these things, you know where in what times we are living. It's no secret, nothing suspicious, I mean, extraordinary. I know it since 2019. It's very obvious what is the game, what is getting played here. All right, but you see, I still like this most because it's almost a blue sky. This is how the sky looked like, well, the water. And this is how it looks like now, all haze, all rubbish. So that was the sky in earlier days. That was great. And now we have this all sprayed rubbish. People show on YouTube videos, they put a lighter on that snow, right? And they go over the sink because they're afraid it will drop water. No, it doesn't drop at all. It doesn't melt. It stinks like plastic. It gets black. No drop water is falling out of it. So you know that somebody is doing this and they want harm. They are going to harm people. That is the intent. Why else would somebody do something like that? But there was something on Redacted. That's also quite a good channel too, about weather manipulation and how they keep water away and make floods and all that stuff. And to me, this is old news. There's nothing new. I know this for long time. So that is that. Yeah, still, I love my GR2. I love it very much. It's very great. It's not a rebel operating system. It's just a good operating system. They have just normal standards, like, don't insult anybody, let everybody live, leave everybody alone, let them do their thing, be friendly. Oh, what Linux is about, right? People helping people. Oh, this is what we do. That's how I started this channel, because I got helped a lot, and then I started helping. And I still get thank you from lots of videos I have, That is very interesting. So I love it. Like the last videos I made, you don't have many views yet, because that is more for people who have problems. They search for it, they will find it, and then it helps them. So this is more a talking video about XFCE and stuff. And we definitely have to talk about privacy, or privacy, like the British say. And I have something to do with my Open Media Vault server, so I might have to invite you to that too. I still have some Unraid servers, and as I said, I use Unraid one server as a pure virtualizer for me. It's running all my virtual machines, and I love it. It's just perfect. It's 1,000 times better to me than Proxmox. Yes, you can write some bad comments about this. I had nothing than trouble with Proxmox. I loved it. I liked it. I played with it. I even used Ceph and Cluster, and I destroyed my solid state drives with it. And because I'm a poor guy, I don't have the latest. And they don't last so long, because Ceph is permanent talking. Read. So they age like milk. However, so not my thing, and you can see many videos on YouTube. This backup program saved the day, or this one saved me. My Proxmox died. Yeah, I had Proxmox dying so often on me. And first was easy, because I could just restore the backups. It was great. I said, yeah, wonderful, not a big deal. And until I couldn't. Somehow they got corrupted. So I didn't like it anymore. And if I look back with my Unraid server, yes, it cost money at this time. But how can I say this? I mean, I bought them cheap. I'm with Unraid forever almost, right? But I don't have any trouble. If Space Invader 1, Ed, wouldn't have showed me how to nick a USB stick physically, I would have never had a broken USB stick. But he showed that, told me how to do it, and I could reconstruct this. Yeah, I broke mine too. And that was in the moment I had a broken USB stick. That's it. One in all the years. So I don't have any trouble. And I'm not moving to this boot drive thing. Why would I? I run my Open Media Vault on a solid state drive, on a small one, of course. But I would rather run it on a USB stick because you can load it in RAM. How often do I boot it? In the beginning, of course, when you install it's a little bit boring. It takes a long time because USB is not fast in read-write. But once it's installed and you have, that's not a big deal anymore. You're not booting your server every day, right? And if you boot it, just boot it overnight, whatever. So how I manage my virtualizer, because you don't want to switch the server on and off. So my servers go to sleep. That means they use always no power and they're right away there on wake on LAN and boom, it's all there. And I'll show you how I set this, that when I shut down my machines, that when I leave then my computer room here, then the server goes to sleep automatically. So it's an easy setup, very easy to do. And of course everything has to be encrypted. Every hard drive has to be. This one here is not encrypted because it's a virtual machine, but the virtual machine is on encrypted drives. So all my unread servers are encrypted, of course. The virtual machines on my laptop with Linux Mint on it. Of course, the hard drive is encrypted, so then I don't have to encrypt all the little machines, right? Because they're encrypted automatically. You can't get in. So, that is that. And yes, I do love Mageia. I really do. I mean, I had Mageia 5, I think 4 and 5, and it was great. With 6 then I had trouble. I said, oh no, such a rubbish and things like that. And then I was distro hopping, of course. Then later I was server hopping. That was a nightmare. So you create lots of duplicates when you do server hopping. So, and now I've got virtual machines are so fast and so easy. I mean, here NVIDIA graphic card is through. I use Nobara as my gaming platform. It's just perfect. Wonderful. Love it. So there are lots of distros that have special functions. Like on my laptop I have as a virtual machine Salix 15, and that's my office machine, and I love it very much because it's not updating all the time. I don't have the latest Thunderbird, I don't have the latest this, I don't have the I don't need it. I just need something what works, and that's a philosophy usual, right? On Slackware. Ain't broken, don't fix it. So will I install Slackware too? Of course I will, and I will run it here on my bigger machine most likely. But I might also just install it on as a virtual machine with VirtualBox. So I use VirtualBox because it's just, it works. It's easy to share a folder. It doesn't use all the space. Usually my virtual machines get at least 85 gigabyte. And usually they're around 15, 20, 25 when there's lots of it. And this is all there is. So if I do it on Virtual Manager, I made that video about it, right? Then I've got if I use 85 gigabyte, it's 85 gigabyte. What the heck? I don't want the space used if it's not in use. No? So on VirtualBox, no troubles. And what I want to see, of course, is to install VirtualBox on Salix or on Slackware. Then this would be a perfect machine. I just can't get it on my laptop installed because it's NVMe and it's cursed. It's not just NVMe, it's also cursed. So I installed Salix. You have to use GPT partition and you have to have UEFI, and I did that all so that it can run on NVMe, and I trust it will. It just didn't do on my laptop. But as Mageia had troubles, or maybe I made something wrong, but I think it's my cursed laptop because I installed a few systems before. So with Mageia I just had it right on the USB stick, the UEFI partition. You let it use that, and that was good, worked. And maybe I have to do that with Salix too, but as I said, the laptop, the main reason is my wife is using, I mean, I just imagine, I got her off Windows. That's like addicted people, you know, they almost throw themselves on the ground and scream because they're so addicted to Microsoft They can't wait for updates and crashing computers and data stolen and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm not having it, so no way. And I switched her over, and she works with it without even complaining anymore. You don't hear a single word. Because why? Everything just works. And my wife is somebody which thinks any tab open in the browser has never been to be closed. It has to be open. Every file you can open it up. Every PDF, every document, not a big deal. So her desktop is full. Never crashed. I had Linux Mint at this time. I did not recall it, but I figured out why is mine crashing and hers is not, and she's abusing her laptop. And because I had Ubuntu, so there must be a difference, because mine crashed and hers didn't. Then again, yes, they're equal laptops, the same brand, the same type, but quantum theory, right? So you might have two laptops which throw two different errors at you. And this is just how it is. So I'm not blaming Ubuntu, not blaming Magia that it had to install on a USB stick. I don't blame Slackware or Salix that it couldn't do it. Maybe it could on any other laptop, just not on mine. But so you see, I learned before I got wild. But well, that's just how it is for now. And yeah, I mean, if I remember, I was praising Salix and trying to, I criticize, of course, but I wanted to have constructive criticism, because what they did was good, and it is good now. Now it just works. And with, I know people don't like Flatpaks and all that stuff, but to be honest, if you really, really need something, you just get a Flatpak and it will work. And it's all good. Almond, that's a carpet. You can't dig a hole here. You hairy beast, baby. Yeah, you can go upstairs if you want. Yes, you can. No? Go on a sofa, baby Almond. Good girl. Don't rampage the carpet. Alright, got that sorted. Okay, what do we have here? Desktop. So, desktop settings. Icons. We don't need home, file system, or trash. Now we have a nice screen again. And oh yeah, I show you a very nice Windows manager. As I said, I like XFCE. Thanks to OpenMandriva, I got my feet wet with LXQT, which I didn't like when it came out. But now I must say, yeah, it's good enough. It's good. It's okay. XFCE is, of course, that's what I used forever and a day, right? So, of course, it's easy. I mean, this is just because it is easy. It's good. I hope they're not ruining it. I don't want Rust, because Rust to me is experimental. It's just asking for trouble. Wayland is the same thing. Systemd, well, I learned to live with it when it's an... So Magia, for example, is using it. Okay, they're using it. That's what they do. They kind of force you in it, right? Because like that's what KDE tries to do. Lots of things now have to be depending on Wayland. I don't think that's a good idea. Well, they can have it. I don't care much about KDE. GNOME is total absence from logic, so and common sense. That they stripped the file manager of all important information possible, and now that takes the middle click away. Why have a mouse at all? Oh dear me. Yeah, however, that's the world we're living in. And so, yeah, I just love it. I mean, I don't have to distro hop anymore. I mean, I kind of distro hop, but I don't have to uninstall, reinstall, and I had 3 operating systems on one hard drive or 4. You make one mistake, they're all gone, right? Now with the virtualizer, you don't feel it, because I've got some real power here. Let's see if we've got htop here. Oh, of course not. So let's go. I will just install the htop here. I like to use a graphical thing because I try to stick with one system. Yes, I installed OBS with FlatHub, but that's the only thing I did. So here's that. That's the same what you have, for example, with Calculate, right? So I try to use, if you're on a terminal, use a terminal, use a Calculate tools like CL tools, Calculate tools. and good is. So let's see now. Ta-da! Does it use more space? I mean, yes, I'm recording, and you can see I've got Nextcloud running here. I've got OBS running here. KeyPass is open. I think browser is closed. Yeah, my file manager is open. So we're back here. But you see, I've got 12 gigabyte left here. The machine has 32. No, 24. One bar is not working. And you see CPU, I've got quite a lot. 10 here, I think. Yep, 10 cores. And that's super fast and good enough. I mean, that's for gaming. And I've got an NVIDIA graphic card here, which gives me trouble when I try to install Calculate Linux. It just did not work. I had a black screen. I have to see what I get done with Salix and Slackware. But Salix and Slackware, this how can I say this? I like the idea that it's not old software. It's proven software, steady software. Yeah, it's not. I mean, Arch has this, of course, has this justification. There's no doubt about it. But so I run Arch until it always broke, and when it breaks Arch, that's usual NVIDIA. They changed something with the driver, like now they dropped the support for some graphic cards. People boot up and black screen, and then Arch gets blamed, of course. But in reality, it's just these drivers, right? Arch broke sometimes, and this can happen at Arch. But I'm happy they exist, and I'm happy they do it because they have the latest software, and there are people who are happy to tinker around, and they're fixing problems before they come. And when you got, let's say, Mageia, you don't have to worry about a thing. That's already tested software. That's where everything is worked out. It's like with Debian, but Debian, you only want white people, no more white people, and definitely not hetero and straight or something. Oh, this is bad, and I don't like it, the politics stuff. And again, Debian is how old? And since when do these infiltrators have infiltrated? What did they contribute? Some colors in NeoFetch or something, or FastFetch? Really? I'm impressed. So yeah, I don't really care what they did. They have done nothing. Nothing. They contributed zero. When we were playing around with needle printers and graphic cards and all that stuff, they didn't even exist. They haven't been here on Earth. So who cares? However, yeah, I like Mageia. They stay out of politics. They just do their thing. That's what people are supposed to do. Distros. They make a distro, a Linux distro. You go to the forum, you cry when you have something going wrong, then they come and help you, and then you get spoon-fed, and you're good. And that's how it's supposed to be, right? So OpenMandriva, you kind of can get spoon-fed too, but they expect to know a little bit. So you have to search first a little bit because they don't have the power like like Ubuntu, for example, is huge, or Debian, right? And they get shadow banned. So if you search for something OpenMandriva, you can't find it. Very hardly. Or you have to write the real name, and then if you're lucky, you get one link where they show, oh yeah, okay, OpenMandriva exists. Yeah, of course they exist. It's a good software. And yeah, they have some hiccups because it's a smaller team, right? And they do different things. And I mean, the same with Mageia. I was so happy with Mageia, and then 6 came out, and 6 gave me nothing but trouble. To be honest, if I would have waited the update until my 5 really didn't get supported anymore, I might have just changed in a perfect system again. Ta-da, right? So if you don't want to temper around and stay safe, don't update right away. Just because there's something new, it doesn't mean you have to have it, right? Slackware. You don't have to have it. Ain't broken, don't fix it. It works, let it run. Why would you change a thing? I had that before. You know, I know usually I live my own words, but I was sitting and said, but update, maybe I can just try. Oh yeah, I had that with Jellyfin. Even though I heard lots of warning, there will be an update that's screwing things up. And I had everything running fine. It was just great. It did what I wanted to do. I don't have to worry about a thing. And then it got me, I updated, and then I had trouble. Yeah, great, wonderful. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just reinstalled it in Docker, right? I just run a brand new installation, let it run through my files, and good is. So, yeah. I mean, I like tinkering around. So if that happens, yeah, okay, not too bad. Like, for example, I bring another video out about Thunderbird, something where people struggle. These are just tiny videos which help people when they're in trouble. They don't get 1,000 clicks. I mean, my AMD 570 graphic card video gets tons of clicks. I think they got 14,000 or something like that. That is pretty good. I mean, it helps people. This is it. That is just perfect. I've got some comments. I love you. I even Space Invader 1, he couldn't make it, and he was happy. I mean, typing and leaving a message saying that he's happy. I mean, I wrote back and told him, I said, I learned a lot from him. I just do certain things. He does lots of things, right? So he's really active, and he has very good videos for Unraid and stuff. So yeah, he does Unraid usual, and he does really, really good stuff. So then I would say that is that. I just wanted to have a talking out of my head about XFCE, and let's stay optimistic that the infiltrators can't make it fall. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, most likely nobody's listening anymore, so I will dare to say this. Like Xorg. It is out in many posts that they want Xorg to die, right? Now Xorg, these smart people there, they drop 2 years of work because there might be something from somebody they don't like. What will happen? The bugs and everything, buggy and unsafe, and that all goes back in. For what reason? However, that means they make it unsafe and people will not like it, so it will die. So they kill themselves. That's suicidal. For what? I don't know. You know, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I can't work around it. But yeah, you heard that TV, right? So they did the same actually with, this is dangerous to our democracy, right? So they beated that up until people were ready to go to war for zero reason. And lots of people died and accomplished nothing except death, suffering, sorrow and pain for on both sides for humans. Yeah, so my opinion, not worth it, none of it. However, so that was that. I just wanted to have that video done so that people see something, hear something. And if you're still here, let me know if there's advertisement. I hope there's not. There shouldn't. But I have another channel from a friend, and she said she didn't do advertisement, but there's advertisement. After 1 day from that video, there will be advertisement. Phew. I hope I don't have it. I don't want it. Okay, guys. So that was my 2 cents. And as I'm always right, you can have a different opinion. That's okay. That makes you wrong, but that's okay to me. All right, guys. I'll bring another video. See you soon. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Don't let them DDoS attack you. Okay. See you all later. Bye-bye.